And a 1, 2, there's the grunt, and 3, a victory! Boom! Yes! Nailed it! All right, folks. To those of you wandering in, and to those of you who have been here the whole time, I am the lifter of weights, moods, and baked goods. I am a fearless enabler of shenaniganery, especially when common sense dictates otherwise. I am Amanda, your Topsy-turvy show. If people are going to look, it might as well be informative. By a show of pinky-powered woos, who has seen a Topsy-turvy show before?
Yeah!
So, everyone who just wooed probably has noticed that there seems to be something missing from a regular Topsy-turvy show. To those of you who didn't woo, I'm normally part of a duo!
Yeah!
But unfortunately, Lily was feeling a little bit under the weather this weekend, so for the safety of all parties involved, she is not here. However, I had someone ask on Friday, did you and Lily break up? And I was like, that's something you can do with your sister? No, Lily is fine. She will be returning for future weekends, and she misses you all, which means that this weekend, I am unsupervised as I do stuff. This stuff is the important part. The spandex is just a bonus. So when I do stuff, you make noise. Stuff! Stuff! You are so good at this game. Oh my goodness. But if anyone is just a little bit unsure when the most opportune noise-making moment may be, I do have a magical keyword, ta-da. And whenever you hear that magical keyword, ta-da, that is your cue to clap your hands.
Yeah!
2, flail your arms. Now, to anyone new in the audience, this sound effect is in fact required. Yeah, it goes. The arm flailing helps, yeah. And lastly, folks, that is your cue to scream. Just like that, thereby causing yet another ruckus. Oh, word of the week, that means loud noise. So kids, feel free to use your outside voices. You have my permission. Yeah. Which is rescinded when you get back into the car. You're welcome, parents. And when you all cause that ruckus, that will let everybody out there and everybody up here know how much you appreciate the blood, snot, sweat, and tears that go into creating these stupid human tricks.
Yeah!
Thank you. So, the meat of our show today falls under the categories of danger and dumb. But before we get to that, we're going to have just a little bit more of a warm-up of all those ta-da muscles. As we were working through with a single hula hoop, that was a really great exercise for the 3 brain cells that are trying so hard to make this weekend happen. You see, there was one brain cell that made the hula hoop go, a second brain cell that made words come up in my brain mostly, and a third brain cell that made my mouth make those words make sounds. But
Nice.
for our next warm-up stunt, we're going to take out not 1, but 2 hula hoops.
Woo!
Because it actually says ooh when you put them up next to each other because they're like oaths. So, since I have 2 brain cells occupied by these 2 hoops, instead of words, this time you get a relevant song on the kazoo.
Yes!
If you recognize the tune, please feel free to sing along.
Okay. Right, wrong, baby, right, round, right, round, right, round.
Those are some spot-on ta-da muscles, and thank you for the musical accompaniment. Feel like we're making some progress. So up next, our final ta-da warm-up trick. We have not one, not two, but three hula hoops. It goes even longer because there's three of them now. Which means all three of my brain cells are occupied with all three of these hoops. So instead of me providing a relevant song on the kazoo, you all get to provide me with an irrelevant song of your choice. So what we're looking for in this song suggestion, it should be a song that everybody will recognize and be able to sing along with. Yep, because if we all sing along, nobody looks stupid. I promise. I have got the dumb, market capitalized and monopolized right up here. Yeah. And we're also looking for a song that loops. That way, I'll have some time to try and make this thing work. So, that's what we're thinking. Song that everybody knows.
Okay.
And song that loops is designed to repeat. What do we think?
Milkshake.
Roll your boat.
Milkshake.
I heard first, Old MacDonald.
Okay.
Who said it? Who said it? You said it? All right. That means that you are my fearless maestro. You are the one taking charge of the musicality. Band, orchestra, don't let maestro down.
Okay.
On your cue, Old MacDonald.
McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and all
We've got
the
the hoops
story
split
had
on my
a
body.
cow,
We're a third of the way there.
E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there.
We've got
Here a
two
moo,
moves
there a
up and one
moo,
down.
everywhere
We're
a
two-thirds of the way
there. That a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
And the really hard part. Ta-da! Notice how smoothly it was going until I announced that it was the really hard part. I wasn't lying about the three very focused brain cells. Thank you so much, Maestro, and thank you so much, Orchestra, for that rousing rendition of Old MacDonald. It sounds like we have all of our ta-das warmed up and ready, so we are able to get into the meat and potatoes of this show with the danger and the dumb. But first, a trip to the most important prop of the show.
Nice.
Hydration is important, y'all.
Always.
All right, folks. It is water. Child, what else do you think I would be drinking at a festival?
I do.
So, folks, we're about to be getting to the danger portion of the show. And for this danger, we will bring out the bullwhip.
Oh, yes.
Not a cool whip. It's not a dog whip. It is the bullwhip. And with a little bit of practice and some precision and persistence, with a bullwhip, you could do things like this.
Yeah, woo!
You could do things like this.
Yeah.
You could do things like this.
Nice.
Oh. Or if you're really stubborn, you might be able to do things like this.
Nice.
It's all about the hip movement, y'all.
Yeah.
And when you have all of these maneuvers linked together, you can create
Hello,
a relevant tune.
Yeah! Y'all just look and this will be over.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. Whip it good.
Yeah, whip it good.
Or you could look into a slightly different media and find a whip cracking icon. Ba-ba-da-ba. Nope. That's why I was doing that 20 minutes before the show. Ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-da-da.
Yes.
We'll take it. Or we could get even more dangerous. Although I feel like the overlap of danger and dumb is really leaning in pretty hard so far.
Mm-hmm.
And we could take out 2 bull whips.
Ah,
The
yeah.
2 bull whips make many of the same sounds as the 1 bull whip. Yep, they can go like this. They can go like this. They can go. They can make things, and they can, as long as the wind doesn't spite you, give you an opportunity to make eye contact.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. And when you're foolish enough to bust out 2 bullwhips and foolish enough to talk to small children in the middle of the show, then the small children say, "Hey, I have a new favorite television show. Do you think you could play a relevant tune to that?" And I go, "Sure, kid, what was it?" Why did I say sure? Who knows? Ba-da-da-da. 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 Ba-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I tried that for the first time on Friday morning in 60-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
So, folks, moving right along with this whip section, we are going to get even more dangerous with targeting. Who wants to volunteer?
Yes.
I want everyone to take a moment and look at how many hands get shot up. They've all been watching the same show you have, and they clearly have zero sense of self-preservation. So, due to liability concerns, I may not use an audience volunteer. So, for your entertainment, I will be holding this target with my non-dominant hand. I have some sense of self-preservation. Kids, do not try this at home or anywhere. And if you have the equipment to try this at home, maybe you shouldn't go poking around in the back of that closet anymore. Calibrate.
Yeah.
Ta-da! You know what? That was a pretty terrifying thing for me to watch. So for this next target, I think it is going to have to go behind my back.
Yes.
And the reason you all just oohed at the behind the back is because I can't see it, which means I won't be able to know when this target and none of my connected body parts explode. So in order for me to know when this target and none of my connected body parts explode, when that happens, I need for you all to burst forth into uproarious applause. Can you do that?
Yeah.
I trust in you. Trust in you.
Okay.
Behind my back. It's really fun to do the scoop even if no one oohs for it. Calibrate. And thanks, wind. I wasn't lying when I said that I can't tell when it explodes. Thank you for letting me know. So, I have done one target in front of my body. I'll hold the whip real still. Never mind. All right. I'll hold the whip real still. Thank you. I love you. Ooh, high five. Nailed it. Thank you. High five. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Also, kudos on the Bucky shirt. Deliciousness.
Yes.
I held the target. High five. Nailed it. Thank you.
Aww.
High five. Nailed it. I was saying, is it in front? There's one in front. There's one behind, which means we have an undiscovered plane. This target will go above my head. My head, which has in it my face, which has in it eyeballs that cannot see the target above my head, and a mouth that makes the words come out, the words that you all are still sitting here listening to for reasons that are beyond my comprehension. So that's what I'm endangering for your entertainment. Once more, if this target explodes, please let me know.
Okay.
Calibrate. Calibrate.
Two.
Check out that precision aim, folks. Woo! So I have actually one more target, but this is like a for realsies question, not just one of those hype up questions. Thank you, I love you.
Yeah.
High five. Thank you, I love you.
Yeah.
Also, delicious life decisions you're making right there. Very
Yes.
cooling on the throat. I don't know if your throat has been doing as much talking as my throat has been doing, but that might be in my future. I have this target, and I have a thing that I've been trying to do since Friday, just Friday, because I wasn't expecting to be solo today, with this target, and it might not go well. But if you're interested, I would love to share it with you. Is that a thing?
Yes. Yeah.
It's important to check in. So, folks, this target, I'm going to attempt. I've done one in front. I've done one behind. I've done one over my head. And this target, I'm going to attempt to break while upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I said that the meat and potatoes of this show was danger and dumb, and I feel like most of the show, like, they overlap a little bit, but the Venn diagram here, like, they're a perfect circle right now. This is the dangerous and dumbest all at the same time, and to make this happen, I'm going to take this target and I'm going to insert it into the shoelaces of my foot. I said on Friday that I was inserting it into my foot, and a child was worried that I was stabbing myself in the foot and hurting myself. I do have some amount of self-preservation. Clearly not much, but I'm not that dumb. And now that I have inserted the target into my shoe, I'm going to gracefully move myself in front of the inverter helper-upper, technical term. Now that I am in front of the inverter helper-upper, I'm going to invert help up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
And grab the whip. Take a calibration or two.
One.
All right.
Two.
And breaking the target from my foot while upside down. Mulligan. I'm genuinely super proud of that, and I have no idea how red my face looks right now because I was upside down. I get to also gracefully untarget myself. So, high five. It goes in there, and that way that hand is also available for a high five.
Yeah.
Genuine question. What time is it?
Danger time.
54. I started this one at the 30. Okay, good. You go right in there. A high five for you. Boom. Nailed it. Ah. Boom. Nailed it. Ah. Thank you. I'm ready to high five myself if necessary. Nailed it.
Yay.
Nailed it. My name's Amanda. What's your name? What's my dog's name? I don't have a dog, but the Jester Rejects, who also perform on this stage, have a pug named Pete. He's Pete the Wonder Pug, and I love him. He cuddled with me after a show yesterday.
Sweet.
I do not have a kind of dog. I just get to snuggle with Pete sometimes. Ah! All right.
Do you have cats?
There will be availability for Q&A after the show. danger, which means it is time for me to shine in my homeland of dumb. So for this dumb, I am going to need something very special. Something only one of you can provide. But first, I'm going to take a pit stop at the most important prop of the show.
Yes.
Hail hydrate.
Hydrate.
And then I'm going to ask for a volunteer. That's right. I'm actually looking for a volunteer this time. Someone who has seen the chaos happening here and still willing to get on stage with me. Someone who's tall enough that they could put their hand on my face if they had to. Not that I want you to put your hand on my face, but I'm really not sure what you're into. Someone who is able to follow directions, able to stand moderately still.
Me. Okay.
You. What's your name? Alice, come right this way, Alice.
Cool.
It's all right. I probably have hay in my hair and in more orifices than I realized. And you can stand right here, face your adoring crowd, and around the box. Alice! Alice, have you seen a Topsy-turvy show before? No. Oh my God. Have you been to a medieval or Renaissance fair before? Yeah? Pardon? You went to the Guthrie one? That was super awesome. So, did Guthrie have one of the most iconic, Renaissanceiest, medievalist, classic acts that everyone thinks of when they think of fair? Did Guthrie have jousting? You have no idea. That's all right. Do you know what jousting is?
Oh yeah, where you like?
Yeah, you fight someone. So, there's two guys, and they go, and they charge at each other. But audience, when they're jousting, what are they charging at each other on?
Horses.
So there's people, and they're on horses, and they charge at each other with lances, and they try and hit each other. That's what the jousting
Are
is.
you gonna smack me in the face with a horse?
I am not going to smack you in the face. I hope I'm not going to. This camera's running. You can't make sure they're not.
I got one.
I am not attempting to smack you in the face with a horse. Yeah, that sounds like liability. You'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
I also would prefer that you do not smack me in the face with a horse. I know I said that you should be able to reach my face, but that doesn't mean I'm looking for you to smack it. Alice, I brought you up here because one of my secret dreams is to be a jouster. So I was hoping that you would be my jousting coach.
Yeah.
So that was the high five of consent, y'all. We are a go.
Nice.
When jousters are training, they develop accuracy with their lances by jousting through rings. So as my coach, you're gonna hold onto this ring with a pinch grip. You're gonna take one step back, maybe to here-ish. Yeah. And you can still face the crowd. Yeah. Extend your arm. Nice. You're gonna be holding this ring about here-ish as I come around to work on my target practice through the ring. But you can relax your arm because I still have to get geared up. So thank you, Coach Alice. Get comfy holding the ring while I get two of the biggest ingredients that we need for jousting. Like we said, joust happens on your noble steed!
Yes! Yeah!
Alice, I just picked up this noble steed from the barn. What's this noble steed's name? Jeffrey Bezos.
Nice.
That's right. Everyone here wishes they could ride Jeffrey Bezos into battle. You're going to have all of the equipment you could possibly need, and if you don't, you can buy it. Excellent selection, Coach Alice. And while I am going to be training on my noble steed, Jeffrey Bezos, I also will need a lance and safety equipment, which I have conveniently combined right here, surprisingly, with the help of Jeffrey Bezos.
Yes!
So, Coach Alice, I have my lance. I have my noble steed. You're going to hold up the targeting ring about yay high, and as I mount my majestic Jeffrey Bezos, I never thought that I would say that sentence out loud. Coach Alice, what words of coaching wisdom should I remember? Don't die! All right!
I like that
I'm riding my majestic Jeffrey Bezos! Don't die!
name Austin.
coming in for the ring. Coach Alice, I got it. I don't know if I hadn't had that noble words of advice, don't die, I might not have made it. But if I want to be a real jouster, this target's a little bit bigger than some jousters. Even if I made it through the target, I might not have hit them. So I think to be a real jouster, we're gonna need to get a little bit more precise. My coach says, okay, yeah. Coach Alice, do you believe in me?
Yes.
Yes, with the perfect cause. Audience, do you believe in me?
Yes!
Jeff Bezos, do you believe in me?
He
Jeff
can
Bezos
pay
doesn't
you!
believe in anything, and y'all know it. So, Coach Alice, this is, in fact, our dramatic grand finale of Dum Dum Dum!
Yay!
Which means, after this final target, it will be time for us to say goodbye. Oh my goodness, you didn't sound like you meant it. I will be available after the show back at the cart once I've cleared props for any questions, comments, concerns, to share all of Coach Alice's coaching tips that are being transformative in my life. And the tip buckets are up here for your generous donations. Even if you have nothing to donate, please feel free to stop by and say hello. It has been a marvelous day here, and I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. So, all right, Coach Alice. Same with the pinch grip. Me holding it about yay high. I know, it's kind of high. And as I mount up, my majestic steed, Jeffrey Bezos. Coach Alice, what are your final coaching words of wisdom? Don't die, don't lose the horn thingy. Mounted Jeffrey Bezos. Don't die, don't lose the horn thingy. I got it! Coach Alice, it looks like you have raised the next unicorn jousting champion! And for all of your support, you get, from my thanks, your very own Topsy-turvy pin. Thank you so much, Coach Alice. A round of applause for the fearless Coach Alice and her words of wisdom. Don't die and don't lose the horn thingy. The hand is to help you down the stage because it's a big drop onto grass and I don't want you to roll your ankle because I care about you. Folks, in the event you did not catch it the first time around, hi. Are we going to take a bow together? Yeah, all right. What's your name? You're Desnani? All right, folks, I'm Amanda. This is Desnani, and we are your Topsy-turvy show. Thank you so much. You have a skirt on. Can I see? Nice work. Jeffrey Bezos needs to go and nap in his barn right now. He actually says clown bike on him for a reason. He's very unforgiving to lower anatomy. Folks, there will be one more combo show with the Jester Rejects, me and Esendil later at 4:45. Up next on the stage, Breeziest will be bringing you some music to get your toes tapping, your hands a clapping. So you might want to grab yourself a strudel and stick around. Thank you for sharing.